What's up, everyone? Back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing a beer from the Spoetzl Brewery, and they are out of Shiner, Texas, and this is their Shiner Holiday Cheer, and this is the 2022 release. So this is a German-style Dunkelweizen that is brewed with peaches and pecans, and on the label it also says, and with natural flavor and caramel color. It comes in at 5.4% alcohol by volume, 22 IBUs at the time of review. This bottle is just over 6 weeks old. So full disclosure, I've had this one numerous times before and I've always enjoyed it. I always get like some kind of like peach pecan crisp to some degree. And it's pretty good. I've always enjoyed this one. But when it comes to Shiner, I've only reviewed one beer from them on the channel, and that was over 3 years ago. I did their Lemon Pilsner, which was pretty solid. I have to review Shiner Bock at some point. I mean, that is basically a craft beer classic at this point, and we'll get to that next year. But I wanted to give this one a go because it's been quite a few years since I've had it, and I say that about a lot of these holiday beers, and it's true. A lot of these beers I haven't had in 4, 5, 6, 7 years. So anyway. Yeah, I mean, a peach pecan crisp or cobbler, that's kind of what I used to get out of this one. So yeah, let's get it into the glass. So I always find it curious when like, places release their, Christmas ales or their holiday ales or their festive ales, and it's not a straight on like winter warmer. It doesn't have spices in it. This I always found quite unique because peaches and pecans. You don't see that all that often, although those two ingredients are used quite a bit in different pastries in the South. So yeah, that has a nice look to it. With a Dunkelweizen, it's more unfiltered. This one has a little bit more clarity, has like a chestnut amber kind of color to it. Had about a half finger of a lightly tanned colored head that is now dissipated to a thin film, probably because of the adjuncts themselves. But yeah, looks pretty good. Let's get a nose. Yeah, so it smells like candied peach, but more to the like peach kind of iced tea realm. Doesn't smell like, to me, like authentic peaches. There's a little bit of like a dry nuttiness from the pecans, but that peach character is huge. It's unmistakable. I don't think if you were to smell this one that you would be like, oh, there's no peaches in there. Definite peaches. It's a little bit of like a slight weedy kind of base to it. I don't remember getting like the Dunkelweizen really coming to the forefront when I had it before. Now they just say on the label ale, but they do say on the website it's a German-style Dunkelweizen. They say dark wheat beer. Yeah, so it's peaches, a little bit of nutty pecan, a little bit of that like wheat, kind of like wheat bread, like kind of like a darker wheat bread. Maybe a touch of like a phenolic yeast character, like maybe a slight clove. But I'm really reaching for it. The peaches, pecans, and like the dark wheat bread is pretty much all I get. Let's get into it. Cheers, everyone. Pretty sure the recipe has always been the same, at least as far as I know, and at least as far as I know when I drank the older vintages of this. I'm pretty sure it was the same recipe, the same ingredients, everything. Reason I say that is because this tastes more natural, or almost has a more artificial kind of feel to it than I remember. And, again, your palate changes over the years. Maybe that, the natural flavors, I was maybe a little bit less sensitive, back in 2014, 15, 16, 17, because this is definitely giving me like, again, some kind of an artificial vibe to it. Anyway, body and mouthfeel. 5.4%, this is just under medium body, so appropriate for the ABV. The mouthfeel, it's a crispy boy, moderate carbonation, very smooth going down the palate, but, the mouthfeel is solid. The taste, it's that candied, natural / artificial kind of peach character. And that's with me on, it's omnipresent. It's all over the palate. It's the biggest character. It's the predominant note. After I get hit with that, I get this dry kind of pecan nuttiness. And then after that, I get that wheat bread. And they all mix together, and I get that cobbler vibe I was talking about, that crisp vibe. But it's not as robust It's not as natural as I thought it used to taste. Big sweetness up front. It balances out on the finish though. There's a semi-dry finish with a mild bitterness. It's not like overly sickly sweet, but it does lean to the sweeter side of things, maybe like 60% sweetness, 40% bitterness, and the dryness. Easy to drink, 5.4%. You can't really tell. It's an easygoing beer, but you gotta like candied peach, at least, in my opinion, because that's the predominant note. You have to probably enjoy like a nice dry, nutty kind of sensation on your palate. Pause. And yeah, as you can see, a little bit disappointed, and that's because I remember this one being way better. And by way better, I mean like decently better. Like this isn't going to get a substantially low rating from me or like something, just, it's not a bad beer. It's just, I remember this one being a little bit more authentic in how it was presented on the palate. And again, this just like all the reviews on my channel and most beer tubers you watch, it's a personal preference. It's their opinion. You could drink this one and absolutely love it. That's what makes these so fun. But for me, I'm a little disappointed. So I have to rate it. So I'm going to give Shiner Holiday Cheer, the 2022 release from the Spoetzl Brewery, aka Shiner. I'm going to go low 3.5. I'll go 3.4 out of 5. It's the best I can do. I didn't want to drop it to a high like 3.25. I think it's a little bit better than that. I will just say this. If you've had this beer before and you remember it being different, maybe you like it more now or maybe you like it less, let me know. Post in the comment section, let me know. Because again, I've had two separate vintages of this. I want to say it was 2014 and 15. And it just worked to my palate a little bit more. I still gave it like a 3.5 on tap, but it was like a high, like in my own mind, like a 3.6. So I dropped this down almost a quarter point in my own mind piece. But I just, it's a little bit disappointing when I remember it. Price point availability, wherever you see Shiner, you should see this. This is like their, holiday seasonal, winter seasonal, whatever you want to call it. And price point, I believe I paid $1.79 for that bottle and 6 packs were $9.99. So not a bad price point. And I will say this, if you want to go outside the realm of what a regular holiday beer is or a winter ale, give this one a go because it does have the peaches and the pecans and they use a Dunkelweizen base, although I don't know if that's still the same. Maybe they did change the recipe because this base is not really screaming Dunkelweizen to me. It's kind of just a generic ale base that you see a lot of winter ales have. So yeah, at the end of the day, you got to keep it one hundo and keep it honest. And with this one, it's a 3.4 out of 5. I wish it was a little bit better to my palate, but it is what it is. Anyway, we move on to the next one and yeah, we go again. So anyway, appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. Again, if you have had this one or prior vintages, post in the comment section. Let me know what you thought about it. Until the next one. Cheers.